Hey, good morning, guys. How are you all doing? I want to do an episode where I don't want to do a review, but I want to talk something fragrance related. I'll discuss few topics like random, whatever comes to my mind, and just don't want to do impromptu. I didn't plan for it. I did not write any notes down here. There's a video I dedicate to some of my younger brothers or people rather who are coming into fragrance game for like a recently time. Like they just joining, they're seeing a lot of these groups, and they're finding new interest. So I'm doing this video for you. I hope it will be helpful for you. So in this topic, I would like to talk about how to store fragrances. Very basic. If you are already in like all player in the game, you don't have to follow this video. You guys know this already very well. But there are a lot of people who just coming in and they are interested in fragrance game. They're buying, using this kind of thing. Excuse me. So I would like to talk about how to store your fragrances. How long is your fragrance shelf life? One or two things that I learned from Fragcom. So I just share my knowledge with you. And also I would like to talk about seasons, because I think season has huge effect on fragrances. How a fragrance performs, smells, develops, depends. So these are kind of old topics, but good to refresh once in a while. So my scent of the night is this one. While I was doing the review, I did two videos today. So this is L'Eau d'Issey Pour Noir Ambre. So this is one of the fantastic fragrances. Ah man, this is so good. I reviewed this before. I think that was sort of like initial impression. So I'll review this maybe in time, full on review. That is perhaps one of the best creations that Issey Miyake has till date. So there's a new one called Incense version. I would like to try that as well. But let's hit it. So let's talk about how long exactly fragrances last, like shelf life. So I get this question a lot in inbox or comments. People who are in my community, in my group, they ask me like, brother, how long I can expect the fragrance in my shelf for? 5 years plus? Has it gone bad already? Or let's say I want to buy a fragrance from someone, he says it's 15 years old, 20 years old. Are they supposed to be still good? So their answers is both yes and no. Okay. Yes, in a such a way, if it's stored properly, like the guy who actually used the fragrance or kept the fragrance in his collection, if he kept it away from direct sunlight, like direct sunlight, there's no real light going in, like the sun ray of light doesn't go straight to the bottle, they're not facing the sunlight, or it's not stored in a very hot room or place, and if it's kept inside the box, it's highly likely the fragrance gonna be still okay. But there are exceptions, like I'll give you example. My father had a bottle of Fahrenheit 32. He bought it, I think, or got it as a gift from my mom. And his thing is he will be like using his fragrance one by one. He doesn't open six, seven, eight fragrances he has in collection. He opens one by one. He doesn't keep like us. So what happened was he was keeping it inside the shelf. One day I found out like like she was like cleaning the cupboard or something. I saw it. I'm like, is that Fahrenheit 32? Whose bottle is that? And she's like, this is your dad's, but you're not supposed to touch it because it's your dad's. I'm like, okay. So what do I do when she's not around? I opened it, I sprayed it, I wanted to review it, and unfortunately I saw that smell was very alcoholic, and it was there for number of years. It just gone bad. I felt so bad because he didn't know the fragrance would go bad. They left it back in Malaysia. So yeah, sometimes they do go bad. Shelf life usually they give like from production date until next 2 years or 3 years or so. Within that time you have to use it up. So it's not very long time. At the same time, it's a long time depending on how you use it. Let's say you use the fragrance. Let's say any fragrance you pick up random. Say you love this fragrance. Okay, this is called Supreme Leather. You love this fragrance. You wear it every day. It's gonna probably finish if you wear it on daily basis. In less than 2 years, it will be finished. But let's say you just wear it for special occasion, just one or two sprays. The fragrance bottle of 2 years, the juice level will be still here, and probably you will not end up using the whole bottle. It will be remain in your collection. That's okay. You paid for it, you do whatever you want with it, no problem. But usually it's good to use fragrances when you pay for them. So the thing is, that's the shelf life I'm talking about. How long to expect? You can have exceptionally like 15 years. I had a CK1 200 ml bottle. I had a Daniel Desire Red. They used to be in my car, hot condition. I used to keep them in my glove compartment, like under the seat or something. I used to just spray it when I used to go out. 15 years, 12 years, nothing gone bad. So it, I guess, depends on luck as well. But I heard one thing from Steven. His channel is Red Lessons, one of my favorite reviewers. He said, let's say you have a fragrance, your bottle is like more empty than full. Let's say give you example here. Okay, so this is my Bulgari Aquamarine. This fragrance, you can see the juice level is here. It's like much less than 50 ml. This is like about 20 something ml left. So highly likely this fragrance, it's I keep it under, like, keep it there. I don't use it for a long time, 7-8 years. So amount of air inside the bottle, there is empty space. This is going to create the fragrance to go bad. I forgot how exactly it worked, but they tend to go bad, that he heard from a reliable source. If bottle is more empty, it's highly likely gonna go bad. If it's full, less air, fragrance will last long. That's one thing. Where to keep your fragrances? Storage. As I told you, do not keep your fragrance under direct sunlight. Avoid them from direct light. The best way to do that is you keep your fragrances in boxes. That's why many of us say keep your boxes. Do not throw away. If you have the storage, if you have the option, keep it. Because when you keep your boxes, let's say you do not use a fragrance, you want to let it go, sell it in a group, and you want to recover some cash. If you have a box full presentation at the bottle, you get more value than just the bottle. People will say, I rather have the full presentation, I feel better, I get the full essence of the fragrance. And boxes sometimes are part of the what you call the essence of the whole fragrance packaging, because bottles, I believe, give a nice sort of interpretation or idea how the fragrance is going to be. Let's say this is Martinique. Okay, this is one of the seaside sort of green blue fragrance. It's beautiful fragrance. It's a beautiful marine kind of a fragrance, and you can see the bottle, the name, and the palm tree. Everything tells you a story. So I like that about fragrances, when they put nice juice color, they put nice bottle color combination in such a way that the fragrance, you have some idea what it's going to smell like. So I think if you keep it in a box, high likely it's going to be good. Second thing I'm going to tell you, do not store your bottles or your fragrances in a washroom or bathroom where you're going to take shower. You're going to be heater on. There's going to be a lot of moisture. There's going to be a lot of heat, and it's going to be up and down temperature. That way your fragrance is going to go really bad. One of my friends, he keeps his fragrance in the washroom. He has a nice sort of the glass cupboard, and when you open it, the mirror becomes like storage inside, and all his fragrances are there. So I asked him, like, dude, why are you keeping it here? He goes like, man, after the shower I feel like I feel like lazy to go to my room and stuff, so it's better I spray it here when I leave. Makes sense. Yes, after you take shower is the best time to apply fragrances, because your system, nose, skin, everything is fresh and it's ready to hug a new fragrance. So my tip would be, do not store your fragrances in the shower, because the fragrances, due to the heat, it might go bad. Keep it in a cool room. You can use a wine chiller, wine cooler. Do not keep it in the fridge. Many people ask me, should I keep it in the fridge next to our food? When there's going to be food items, raw food items, as garlic, spices, onions, all that beautiful essence is going to be sucked by the bottle. Sometimes bottle or the juice may smell curry like. Okay, you don't want that. So yes, if you have a separate fridge that you just bought, you just keep drinks and stuff, it's no fish, no raw stuff, you can keep your fragrances there, but it's gonna really be nice, fragrance in chilled weather. That's the best way to keep your fragrances. Okay, now storage is gone, where to keep, where not to keep, and the thing is, what is, I'm trying to remember something I just wanted to talk about. Okay, yeah, I told you that fragrance I used to keep in the car. Do not keep your fragrance in the car, because the car, when you park your car in under direct sunlight, if it's a hot country, the heat is going to be trapped inside. Usually what you do is we roll down the window by a little bit, because Malaysia was very hot. So when you park the car, we put down the window just a little bit so the hot air can pass. If you keep it closed, even if you get inside the car, do not get inside the car and then start the car and start driving. The air inside is very, very poisonous, so it can cause you sickness, whatever. So you keep your fragrance in the car. If you're not lucky like me, it's gonna go bad. So carry your fragrances, atomizers and stuff, like a smaller atomizer like this, in a pocket or a bag, so you can refresh. You don't need to carry the whole bottle around. If you really have to do not carry body sprays. They might explode due to the heat, right? Okay, now last point I'm going to talk about here today is seasons. How to understand what seasons are you facing and what fragrances you are supposed to be using. Anyone can use anything. That is the one thing. Like, I would say, you like wearing something, kudos, you wear it all year round, no problem, you enjoy it, no problem. But in general, like, if you really want to know proper usage, let's say I would classify fragrances like, let's say, summer based fragrances like a blue oceanic accord, It's like a citrusy summer, easygoing, like a watery aquatic fragrance. This is Ivano Sport. Okay, blue juice, you can see this is gonna be like very fresh. So this fragrance will have perfect like usability in high heat. High heat, this is gonna be really nice, hug your skin, not gonna overpower you, choke you. It's gonna smell fresh and make you lighter. High heat, if you wear something that is, you know, let's say this is the next is one is winter fragrance I'm about to review next. This is Swiss Arabian. This is called what? Shagavood. Okay, this is something like 24 gold sense story. It's really strong. My gosh, this fragrance is nuclear. If you wear this fragrance high heat, you will, let's say you wear 4 or 5 sprays of this, you'll know that after a while you're gonna be start choking. It's gonna be too hard to breathe. Even same story with black, not black opium. This is black orchid. Sorry. So black orchid is a strictly winter fragrance. Both of these are. They are extremely long lasting, extremely beautiful, develops nicely in the high cold weather. So let's say you're wearing this one in the cold weather. You know what's gonna do? It's gonna last on you very long time. It will project beautifully. It will develop naturally every single stage, opening, heart, base note. You're gonna smell them one by one. The high heat, if you wear this, you can still enjoy it, no problem. But let's say you're under the direct sun, you're gonna be like sweating, your palms gonna be sweating, and you're wearing like heavy on your shirt. People around you gonna start vomiting, because the overall gourmand, like sweet chocolate, oud, saffron rose, this is gonna be really powdery and thick, and people need to smell freshness, air, breeze, and you're choking them with your fragrance. So yes, these are two fragrances: summer, winter, summer, winter. So you have to know which weather suits which fragrance. Okay. But for you guys, there's a good news. There are some fragrances very versatile. They can be worn all year round. They work really well in high heat, also in cold weather. Such an example, ideal example would be Dior Sauvage. I'm not promoting Dior Sauvage to be the best here. You can also look at this one, Chanel's Platinum Egoist. Either way, these two fragrances are very versatile. Okay, perhaps let's keep aside Dior Sauvage because people are like tired of saying it. Let's talk about Platinum Egoist. This is one of the most underrated, not talked about fragrance from Chanel. This is perhaps the best offering from Chanel that really lasts. And it's very versatile. It smells very sexy. It's kind of cooling, metallic. And this is like an upper class version of Fierce by Abercrombie & Fitch, or let's say Mont Blanc Legend line. So if you like those, this is going to be the up class version. So this fragrance, the special thing about it is you can wear it in high heat. It will cool you down. That whatever properties in this fragrance. If you wear it in the cold weather, it's going to be like also piercing and long lasting in the cold weather. So it has its properties. So some fragrances extremely like versatile, some fragrances are not. So really have to see reviews. You have to really take it easy when you start your fragrance journey. Do not fall for the hype that you have to get all these niche fragrances, complex ones. You have to get expensive ones. Then people put it in your head, or you think like I have to spend $400 to be like appreciated, or let's say what is the word, accepted in the community as a fragrance junkie, or you have to have 3 or 5 bottles of Aventus different batches to be accepted. That's not true. I started off as designer. I still love my designers. I'm just exploring slowly some niche fragrances. I can appreciate it because I can see synthetic versus natural ingredients, sometimes different complex fragrances I can appreciate more. But the same way, if I started appreciating, like I started with, let's say, Fave Delicious or Eau d'Espagne, I wouldn't like them. I didn't like fragrances like that before. So you have to give it time. You have to give it natural time to grow on you, learn slowly, and do not pretend. Do not be pretentious like you know everything, you know stuff, because you own 5-6 fragrances. People I see often do that, like they are joined in there, like your synthetic garbage, Nautica Voyage, that's crap. When people start having that attitude, the purpose is kind of lost for me, right? So let people enjoy, let people leave. You also leave. Everybody can be happy. Let people enjoy different things. That's the beauty of fragrance game. So I think that's about it for today. Hopefully I could put some good suggestions for you guys. Have a nice day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye bye.